Hey guys, I'm back with part 9 for this tutorial on how to build this mansion. Here in this video, we're going to go ahead and do all of the interior furnishings for the first floor of the house. We're going to go ahead and start here at the entrance of the house first. We're just going to put a little bit of a carpet down here in the floor for some light. And we'll go ahead and do the chandelier. So be sure to grab some gray carpet, light gray carpet, white carpet, sea lanterns, black stained glass and white stained glass paints, and some end rods. Let's go ahead and do the carpet first. So I'm maybe just going to cut out a hole like this. And that'll be good. And then I'm going to turn it in towards that doorway. Let's go ahead and remove that block. And then we'll turn it a little bit to right there so we just make this L shape. Let's fill in that hole with some sea lanterns. And then we'll go ahead and do a pattern between all of the carpet. You could do this however you like. I'm just gonna come up with a little something like that, and then maybe some white carpet here. And you know what? What if I just make that gray? Okay, that's fine. Alright, now let's go ahead and do the chandelier. So I just had a pattern between the black and white stained glass paints, but I think I'm going to do something a little bit different at this time, since it did look a little bit weird with the pattern that I had. So let's go ahead and maybe just place 4 white stained glass paints and connect them all together right there. And then we'll go on each side of that and do another 2. And then we'll go ahead and start the black stained glass paints. We'll have 4 right here in the middle, all connecting together. And then we'll go on each corner and branch it out. So we'll have 1 there, 1 right here, 1 here, and then 1 more here. Now back to the white stained glass paints. I'm just going to go ahead on each one of those corners, and we'll bring down this one. We'll go ahead and do maybe 3. Yeah, I think that'll be good. And then we'll go from this one, we'll do 4. And then this one will be 5, and the other one will be 6. Now I'm going to go ahead and have an end rod on each one of those. And yeah, it's just like some hanging lights that we have. Okay, how's that looking? Okay, I guess we'll go ahead and leave it there. So nothing too crazy. A little bit different. So yeah, I think that looks fine. So it's more of like a modern look. It's just some hanging glass with some lights on at the end. So let's head on into the kitchen area. I'll just clear all of that. And our kitchen isn't too crazy for this build, so we should get it done fairly quick. Alright, I went ahead and gathered up all the blocks we're going to be using here for the kitchen. And there are a couple more that I'm going to need to grab, but my inventory is actually full. I guess I used quite a lot of blocks here in the kitchen. But I'm going to scroll through them pretty quick. There is a lot, and I think you guys should be able to see all of them. Just in case if you maybe don't know if this is light blue or cyan, I'll just scroll through them all real quick. You'll be able to pick out exactly what I used. Alright, I'm gonna head on over here towards the right, and I just had a little table here, and some storage above it, some bushes in the corner. So, make sure you have your full blocks of quartz. We'll place 2 right here in the middle, and then we'll have upside down quartz stairs around the edge of that. Now, let's have a quartz slab. We'll place 1 here and here, and then we'll have an item frame on each side of that. Then an iron trapdoor right behind the slab. And I'm going to go ahead and have a banner in front of that. And now we have a chair. Let's go ahead and here we'll use our quartz stairs. We'll place 2 upside down on the same layer as our chiseled quartz. And then we'll place a quartz slab on each side of that. And then full blocks of quartz and quartz slabs. And then we'll have birch trapdoors in front of the full blocks of quartz. So now we have a little storage up there. Now, let's go ahead and grab the weighted pressure plates. Maybe a flower pot. We'll grab a flower. We'll go ahead and grab the wither skeleton skull as a little extra decoration. So, we'll have the weighted pressure plates in front of the chairs to act as a plate. And then we'll have a flower pot with a flower and a wither skeleton skull there. And that looks good. Now let's go ahead and have the bushes in the corner, and then this little space here is done. So we'll grab a jungle log, jungle trapdoor, and the oak leaves. So we'll place a jungle log in each corner. Jungle trapdoors on the side of the wood here. And then 3 oak leaves going up. And there we go. That looks good. So this is just a little breakfast area you could sit at. Now let's go ahead and focus on the kitchen area itself. Okay, let's go ahead and start doing the counter space, the fridge, the oven, all that stuff. Let me grab some full blocks of quartz and these quartz slabs. And then we have our quartz stair. So, with the full blocks of quartz, we'll be right on the edge of this door frame here. So right here on this part of the wall, we'll place 3 like that. And then 1 at the bottom and 1 at the top towards the left. Upside down quartz stair. And 2 quartz slabs. Now let's have 2 full blocks of quartz right there side by side to the left of the fridge. Then with the quartz stairs, we'll go ahead and place just 3 all curving together. So it's going towards that part of the wall. And then we'll actually replace this gray concrete with full blocks of quartz. So it looks like part of the counter space. So that is going to be the sink. And then we'll have 2 quartz stairs side by side here at the right, or at the left. There we go. And then we'll have some cabinet space, some extra storage. So we'll place 4 full blocks of quartz right there. And another 4 here. And then we'll have quartz slabs on top of that. And then we'll grab the birch trapdoors to cover up the full blocks of quartz. And we'll do that in front of the sink and for the little extra counter space to the right of that, right there. So that looks good. We'll go ahead and fill in our sink real quick with the buckets of water. And then let's do the faucet. So we're going to need the lever. And then we'll have a bar of soap, which will be the birch button. And then a little extra light source will have a lantern. So the lever will be pointing towards the sink like that. We'll have a birch button to the left, once again, to act as a bar of soap. And then a little lantern for extra light. Alright, that's looking good. Let's go ahead and do the island. So we're going to be we're pretty much going to have 3 spaces between the island and all of the cabinet, or all of the counter space over here. So we want to be on this 4th block and lined up with the fridge. We'll have a full block of quartz right there. And then let's see. It's going to be going back 7. So we'll have, so that's 3 blocks there. And it'll be 2. Okay, so we'll have 4 full blocks of quartz right there. And then we'll skip over 2 spaces. And then wrapping around here will be, or like right here, will be some stairs. So let me go ahead and grab the furnaces and the campfires and these powered rails. So we'll go ahead and carve out 2 blocks here. And just in case, I'm not too sure if the campfires actually cause a fire. And we also do have quartz here, so I guess it's no big deal. But just in case, make sure you do have fire spread turned off. And then we'll place the campfires there. We'll cover those up with the furnaces. Might have to crouch for the other one. And then, oh yeah, we're gonna have to crouch again so we can put the powered rails. And then the smoke comes through. I'm not sure if this still works on Bedrock Edition, but if it doesn't, you could just leave it with regular furnaces. Still maybe even put the rails on, but you don't need the smoke effect if it doesn't work anymore. Okay. Now, we'll grab our quartz stairs. We might have to crouch for this one. And then we'll just wrap this all around. And for the final one, we're going to curve it like that. So from this side, it looks like 2 full blocks. Okay, so we have that, and it is 7 blocks in length. So that all looks good. This edge lines up with the fridge, and this edge lines up with the edge of the sink there. Alright, now let's go ahead and do the oven hood. And yeah, it should work out pretty good. So I have, should we have 2 full blocks of quartz? And then, yeah, here, let's see. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do a total of 4 full blocks of quartz like that. And then we'll have, oh, hang on, let me grab them. We'll have the sea lanterns and iron trap doors. Then we need these quartz stairs and the quartz slabs. So we'll have 2 sea lanterns right there underneath those quartz. And then we'll have quartz stairs on each side of that. And then we'll have a quartz slab in each corner. And then a layer underneath all of those stairs and those slabs. And then to kind of cover up those sea lanterns a bit, we'll have iron trap doors. Okay. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Let's go ahead and grab these birch trap doors. We'll cover up all of this here. A little bit of extra storage. Looks a little bit better. We'll go ahead and have some high chairs right here. So we'll just have a stair facing in that direction. And then we'll go in the other direction. So now it just looks like a high chair. Now I think we should start adding some of the decorations. So in front of those high chairs, let's maybe add some weighted pressure plates. We'll have a flower pot with maybe this red tulip right around here. Little extra decoration. Let's have a cutting board. Did I ever grab it? Yes, it's right there. So this spruce pressure plate. We'll have it right around there, so that'll be a cutting board. And then over here on just this little table, let's go ahead and have maybe a skeleton skull and a flower pot with maybe this flower. So that's a little bit more decoration. It's a little bit dark right here, so we're going to go ahead and have a carpet with sea lanterns. So make sure you have those. We'll carve out 3 spaces wide, bring it all the way over to around there. So we're 2 spaces until we meet up with this door. And then we're 2 spaces till we meet up with that door. And I think that should be big enough. We'll fill all this in. And we'll cover it up with just whichever color carpet you want. I'll use the cyan carpet, the white, and the gray. Or how about we do the light gray instead of the white? So we'll have cyan. Something like, that might be too much. Bring that back in. We'll have maybe the light gray there, and then the gray. Yeah, that looks fine. So that's looking good. And I think that's pretty much everything for this side, and everything for the actual kitchen itself. There is a little bit more over here in this little bit, so we'll go ahead and probably do that next. So, now let's go ahead and do this area. I just had a little storage thing, and a desk, and a carpet for a little extra light. So let's grab our full blocks of quartz, the quartz slabs, and the birch trap doors. We'll have a storage thing right here. So 6 blocks of quartz, the quartz slabs on top, and then birch trap doors. Now let's have the desk. So we'll grab a quartz stair, And we'll place one maybe right around there. And another one into it. And then we'll have a slab and another stair. Let's have a slab right here to start off the chair. And then we'll go ahead and grab the iron door, item frames, and the banner. We'll just do the same chair that we did for that little table in the kitchen. And if that looks good, let's go ahead and have the laptop. So a painting, stone pressure plate, stone button, and then we're gonna need to just place a little block like that so we could place the painting, maybe another one on top. There we go. And then we'll have the stone button and weighted, or just a regular stone pressure plate, not a weighted one. Alright, and then there is a little bit more that I have to add here, but I just didn't have enough inventory space. So let's go ahead first and maybe just have a flower pot with one of these flowers. This one right here we haven't used yet. And then we're gonna have a lamp right there. But first, let's go ahead and do the carpet in the floor. So we'll have it right around here. We'll just carve out a rectangle. You guys can make it however big you like. I'm gonna go ahead and maybe leave it like that. We'll fill this in with the sea lanterns. And then go ahead and grab some carpet. So maybe the white, the brown, and the light gray. So we'll have maybe the brown right here, the light gray, and the white. If that looks good. Now, I'll just go ahead and clear everything. And now I'm gonna go ahead and grab an end rod and a brown concrete block. We'll have a lamp right here. And there we go. So now this entire space is all done. Now we'll head on into this dining room and we'll do this next. Okay, here for the dining room, I went ahead and gathered up all the blocks we're going to be using in here, and I'm going to quickly scroll through them all. So let's go ahead and do the cutouts here on the wall first, in between the doors. So we'll carve out 2 spaces here, leaving 1 space of the wall here at the right. Do the same here at the left. Now, let's go ahead and do another 2 on top of that. We'll grab our quartz stairs. We'll place them facing up, and then upside down. And then we'll go ahead and carve out another 3. So a total of 6 above all of that. We'll have 2 sideways ones, maybe like that. Yeah, I think that looks cool. And then we'll have a little bit of decorations in here, maybe a lantern, and then some flower pots. We'll grab maybe that one. And then we'll do the wither skeleton skull. So we'll have a flower pot there, wither skeleton skull there, and maybe just another flower pot, or how about another lantern right there? Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so there we go, just some cutouts there in the wall. Let's grab our full blocks of quartz, and we'll line up with the edge of that, and make sure we're skipping over 4 spaces from it. So let's see, we have a full block of quartz there, we're 4 spaces away, we're lined up right there on the right side of that cutout. Bring over blocks of quartz to the other side. So we have a total of 5. And then we'll have upside down quartz stairs on each side of those, just all around. So this is starting the dining room table. Now let's grab the quartz slabs and we'll start marking out where the chairs are going to be. So just 1 on each end of the table. Then 1 here, here, and here. Okay, now let's have the iron doors. We'll also be using the item frames and the white banners. So, whoops, just an iron door behind all of these slabs. And by the way, if you are on bedrock, you aren't going to be able to place, you see how these blocks are right next to each other? You can't place an item frame there and there side by side. It just won't let you. So you don't even have to even worry about the item frames. It's just a little extra thing I like to add. So you don't even have to worry about it. You could just leave the chairs just like that. But since I can do it on this version, I'm going to go ahead and add them. I think I got them all. So that looks good. Let's go ahead and have a weighted pressure plate in front of each chair. We'll have a flower pot like that with maybe just a blue orchid. That's looking good. Now I'm gonna have a little bit of a carpet around the table, except I'm gonna be using full blocks of wool and I'm carving out a hole in the ground, a little bit different than what I would normally do. So we'll go ahead and start with the green wool, and we're gonna have 3 layers on each side. So we'll go 1 block further than the edge of that chair, and then 1 block further right here. So we're gonna carve out a block, so you can see right there and there. Then we'll do another 2 next to that, so a total of 3 wide. And then we'll start carving out all of the blocks. Oh, we're gonna have to replace the chairs. And then get a little bit underneath the table there, and right here. So it's looking like that. Now let's go ahead and fill all of that in with the carpet, or just the wool. Now let's go on the other side, and we'll do that with, we'll go ahead and use the gray wool. We'll do the same thing here. Now, right in the middle, we'll just use the light gray wool. So yeah, we're gonna have to replace all these doors, but that's okay. And then we'll get a little bit underneath the table there so we don't see any wood. So I'll go ahead and fill in this side. Alright, so it's looking like that. It just looks like there's a carpet underneath our dining room table. We'll do the same thing over here. Now I'm going to replace all these doors. That's looking pretty cool, just adds a little bit more. Now you can see our table here is a little bit dark, so what we're going to do is grab the end rods, the white stained glass panes, and some iron trap doors. And we'll just hang down some lights. We'll have a total of 3, so we'll place one right here, so we'll look straight up. We'll have, what is it going to be, 2 white stained glass panes, the end rod after that, and then the iron trap door. And I'm actually going to flip around the end rod, so that end looks like it's connected to the trap door. And now we'll go ahead and do run right down the center of the table. We'll flip this one around. And then one more right here. And that looks good. Now we have a little bit of extra light and a cool little feature above the table. Now we just have to pretty much add a couple decorations along the outside here. And then we are done with the dining room. So first, I'm gonna add, like, carve out a hole right here. And I'll bring it, I'll leave it right there. I'm gonna fill this in with the sea lanterns and add a carpet here, just as a little extra light source. That looks fine. And then I'll go ahead and have a bush right here in this corner. So jungle log, jungle trapdoor, and oak leaves. And just the same design that we did in the kitchen. That looks good. Let's go ahead and have another one here. Could we have any more? Maybe one more here. And we won't have one here because it's just right up against our door. It won't look very good. And we have the button there, so we really can't. Okay, so just 3 like that. Let's have a small table here with our quartz stairs. Just side by side like that. We'll have another table over here. It'll be 3 blocks. And then a slab in the middle. Now let's add some decorations. So we'll grab our flower pot. Maybe the fern. We'll have one just like right there. Let's go ahead and do that for this table as well. And on this table, we'll also have, how about, oh, a wither skeleton skull right there. This one will have a regular skeleton skull. I guess we'll just go ahead and have another flower pot with the lily of the valley. And then we'll have a painting right here, so we'll carve out a hole, grab our sea lantern and our painting. So that's a little extra light source we have here. And then, oh yeah, I want to have an item frame here. And then the birch trap door, we'll have that inside the item frame and then we'll flip it around so it looks like a drawer, looks like a handle. And then over here we'll have another painting, so we'll carve out a hole. And that one looks good. Let's go ahead and have one more painting over here. It's a little bit empty, and brighten it up a bit. That looks good. Okay, so now we're done with the dining room. We'll head on into this space next. So this is just a little game room, living room area, so it's just a pool table and some couches. If you want to just have this primarily a living room, you could go ahead and do that. Although we are going to have a living room upstairs on the 2nd floor. So that's why I have this as a game room and a living room. So I gathered up all the blocks we're going to be using in here. I'm going to just quickly go ahead and scroll through them all. Let's go ahead and do the couches first over here. We want to make sure we're 2 spaces away from that wall and that wall. So we have our light gray concrete and we're going to place a block right there. Okay, so 2 spaces there and 2 there. Now, towards the right of that, we're going to place another 5, so it's 6 in total. And then we'll bring out each side like that. And then we'll have quartz slabs. And now we have a simple couch. Let's skip over a block and line up with those quartz slabs and we'll place a table that's 2 blocks wide right here. And now we'll have another couch to the left of that. Let's go ahead and carve out a border all around these couches. And then all of the blocks within this border we're also going to cut out. And we're going to go ahead and replace all of this with sea lanterns. So this would be our main light source over here. Now let's grab the, here we're not going to be using green, let's use light gray, brown, and gray carpet. A little pattern between those. Maybe start with the gray here and have it pretty much like in the corner like that. Maybe bring it over to this side a bit more. And now let's have the brown carpet around the edge here. Maybe we'll do this entire side. That looks good. And then we'll have light gray. Okay, so that's looking good. We have the couches marked out. We're gonna have a table over here. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's actually have our bushes. So jungle log, jungle trapdoor, and oak leaves. We'll have one in each corner for this little part of the wall that goes in. We'll have one more over here. And now let's have a small table. So just 2 quartz stairs side by side will be good. We'll have maybe a flower pot. And one of the skeleton skulls. That looks good. Now, I believe I had a painting right there and right here. And I think those are the only paintings I had. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll carve out a hole, fill that in. Same here. Let's grab our painting. Now that looks good. And that's pretty much everything over here. We'll go ahead and do the pool table now. So let's see. Let's grab the dispenser. Maybe right here. There's going to be 3 blocks wide. Yeah, okay. We're lined up with the couch right there. And then we have the carpet. So we just have 2 spaces here. And then we have the dispenser. Then we skipped over 3 and then we have 1 here. So we're 2 spaces away from that wall. Now, let's go ahead and skip over 2 towards that side. We'll have 1 there, skip over 2, and 1 there. That looks good. 1 here in this corner. Oh, what the heck. And 1 there. Now, let's have I think we have to crouch. And then we'll have all of our stairs upside down in between those. Now, I'm just gonna grab, I guess, the lime terracotta. This is gonna be covered up anyway. So, we'll leave 3 spaces empty, just right there. So this doesn't really work. I don't even think this works in bedrock anymore. But I'm just gonna have the oak signs like this. And then I have the carpet, and it kind of shines through the carpet a little bit. It comes through it, so it looks like a pool stick. But now there's little gaps here on this version, so it doesn't look as good. It used to connect all together. And then on bedrock, it literally doesn't even come through. So you could just completely cover this all up with green carpet and leave it like that. You don't need the pool stick. But it still kind of works on this version. It just has gaps like that. But it's still, you get the point across. It still looks pretty cool. But yeah, on bedrock, you can't do it anymore. They got rid of so many cool things that I used to do with the bedrock version. I don't know why, but it is what it is. And now let's have just maybe a flower pot here and there for the chalk at the end of the pool stick. And now we'll have some lights. So similar to the lights we did in the dining room, just gonna have iron trapdoors, end rods, and white stained glass panes. We'll have 1 right here. So 2 white stained glass panes, end rod, an iron trapdoor, and then we have to flip the end rod around. Then we'll skip over 1 space, have 1 right in the middle, and then skip over 1 space again and have 1 more towards the right. And that looks good. We could do something here. Let's go ahead and just have a painting in the wall right here. What is this? Okay, that's just an empty space. So yeah, we'll have a painting right here. And then I think we'll leave it at that. I would have a table here, but there's not too much space. Actually, one more thing I want to do. I almost forgot, we have the spruce signs. I'm just going to place these on each side of the stair. And then we'll go ahead and do it around the dispensers as well. Just adds 1 more little touch of detail here on the pool table. And yeah, I did have this shifted over, so it was right here. And then I had an extra space here, and then I had a little table. So if you want to do that, you could shift it over so you could have a little table here. Just adds a little bit more to the room. That's up to you, but I'm going to leave it as it is. I think it still looks good. Now, let's head on into the hallway here. And you know, let's go ahead and do this real quick. It's going to be easy. So we'll just have a table, maybe right here. And then we'll carve out a hole in the floor and have a carpet. And then that's about all I'm going to do here in this hallway, just so it's not empty. Okay, let's have a flower pot with, how about the orange tulip? Right here, we'll have the skeleton skull. And then let's grab the gray carpet and maybe the light gray. We'll have a little carpet here. Okay. We could also add some bushes in each corner. So jungle log, jungle trapdoor, and oak leaves. Now, we'll head on here into the bedroom and the bathroom, and this is the last thing we're going to go ahead and do in this video. Okay, I gathered up all the blocks we're going to be using here in this bedroom, so I'm going to scroll through them all. So let's go ahead and start with the bed first, right in between our windows here on this wall. And we'll go ahead and just place 5 right here in the middle. And then on top of that, let's have a quartz stair on each side. Then we'll go ahead and do a little something like this. So 3 all curving together right there. And then slabs on top of that. So this is the headboard for the bed. We'll grab some brown concrete. We'll have 2 layers of brown right there, a layer of white, and then brown. Now let's go ahead and do the footboard. So we're going to have 3 quartz slabs all curving together here at the end of the brown concrete. And then we'll have a quartz stair facing up on each side with 3 slabs on top of those stairs. And then we'll have slabs right in the middle here. And now, one last thing. I'm going to be using snow for the pillows. If your snow melts, feel free just to replace it with the white carpet. Now let's grab our quartz stairs and place them just side by side as a nightstand on each end of the bed. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the bushes. So jungle log, you guys know what it is. We've done a lot of them. So I'll have one right there, right here, and right there. That looks good. Now, I'm gonna have a desk over here. I had a little bit of a different thing going on here. And then we'll have a carpet in the middle, add our decorations. Oh yeah, let's do the chandelier. So, I have these jungle fences and lanterns. And we'll have just a jungle fence there. Maybe bring it down another layer. So 2. And then we'll branch out a fence on each side of that. That will hang down the lanterns from there. So this is just a little chandelier that we have here. And there we go. And that definitely brightened it up. Let's go ahead and do the nightstands. So an end rod. And yeah, we'll go ahead and use brown concrete. So we're going to have a lamp on each corner of the nightstand. And then we'll go ahead and grab a flower pot and maybe the lily of the valley. And have that. That's looking good. Actually, I don't want brown concrete because it kind of matches the wall on that layer. So we'll go ahead and do white concrete. There we go. That's a little bit better. So that's looking good so far. We'll go ahead and do the little... It's like what is it? Kind of like a shelf over here. So I just used a bunch of birch trap doors, and I'm going to place one here and just face it up. So I place it on that block. We'll go over here in the corner and place it like that. And then I'll go ahead and maybe crouch. Place one there. And there. Oh, hang on. If I'm able to do this one. Let's see. Gonna jump. Did that work? Yep, there we go. And then maybe... Then I'll go ahead and jump on this one. There we go. And it's not going to be that tall. We'll cut that one down so it's 3 blocks in height so far. And then we'll have 2 on top. And then I'll have another 2 right there. So something a little bit different than what I would normally do. And now the only thing we could really place on here, at least for my version, are some skeleton skulls. I'll have another one up here on the top. Oh, I can't have it there. Did I just have it like that? I think I had another layer. So let's go ahead. We'll crouch and jump up and place one there. Oh, I guess I don't have to jump. Not for this one, because we have that little edge. I'll bring that up. And then we'll have our top layer there. We'll have another shelf here. And then that skeleton skull we'll place on this other shelf. Let me see. There we go. Yeah, that looks cool. So that's just a little bit something different than how I normally do. I think it looks cool. Alright. Now, we'll go ahead and do our desk. So I'll grab a quartz stair. Place one on its side there. And then maybe another one there. Let's have 2 quartz slabs and another stair. So we got a pretty big desk here. We'll have a slab right there in the middle. And then we'll grab the brown banner. The birch trap door. And then we have the item frames. So we'll go ahead and do our door. And I wanted to make sure to have a brown banner, just because it matches everything else in this room, matches the walls and the bed. Okay. We'll have another item frame there, if you can. And then we'll have just a little shelf, or like a drawer. And we'll maybe do that on this side as well. Now, let's go ahead and have the laptop, so stone pressure plate, stone button, and the painting. And then we're also going to need the birch trap door, which we'll place on the windowsill right there. Then we have to crouch, place our painting, and then we'll have the laptop there. Now on top of this desk, let's have an end rod with another white concrete block as a lamp right there. And then I'll have just a wither skeleton skull on that side. And then maybe just a flower pot on the other side for this other space. And now there is just one thing left. And that is the carpet. So we'll go ahead and carve out a hole. And just wrap it around the bed. And that looks good. We could maybe even bring it out an extra one, but I'm just going to leave it there. Oh, I guess I forgot. I think I forgot to grab these blocks right underneath the bed there. Let's go ahead and have... I'll just grab some gray wool. I'll have 3 blocks right there. And then let's go ahead and fill in the rest of the hole with sea lanterns. And then we'll have gray carpet. And I guess I had white. No brown. Okay. So for the gray, we'll bring it over to right there. Then the rest of it will be white. So, there we go. We have this room done. We can maybe have a painting on the wall here. I guess I'll go ahead and do that. We don't need a light source for it. We'll just have the painting itself. I had a storage thing here. So full block of quartz, birch trap doors, and the birch slabs. So we'll have that here. So 6 blocks of quartz, quartz slabs, and then birch trap doors to cover up the full blocks. There we go. So, that looks good. Now let's fill it in nice. we'll head on here into the bathroom. This is the final room we're going to do here in this video. I gathered up the last of the blocks we're going to be using here in this video, so I'm going to scroll through them all. So before we do anything, you can see we have a lot of windows in here. So I'm going to use the white banners and just cover those up so it looks like a curtain. So there we go, a little bit of extra privacy. Now we'll head on over here towards the left where the single window is, and we'll go ahead and start doing the bathtub. So just right in the middle, I'm going to place 4 quartz stairs facing up, and then another 4 to curve them all together. Then we'll have 2 full blocks of quartz on each side. And now if you are on Bedrock Edition, you're not going to be able to do what's about to be shown. So I'm just going to have a tripwire hook like that, and you could just leave it exactly like that. So that's going to be the faucet for the bathtub. But I'm going to go ahead and have an item frame behind them, so you won't be able to do that if you're in Bedrock. And then I'm going to have a blue concrete and red... Oh, I don't want that. And red concrete block, so it looks like hot and cold water. Alright, now let's have a bucket of water. We'll fill in the bathtub. And then I'm gonna go ahead and grab another banner, and I'll just have... Oh, what the... I didn't want that. And we'll have a towel. This would be acting as a towel. We'll have it maybe right there. I guess that's fine. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and have a birch button to act as a bar of soap right around there. Let's have our sink. So we're going to have a block of quartz. And then we'll do another one. We'll skip over one and then have one there. And then we'll grab a hopper. Place it like that. We'll have a lever pointing towards the hopper as a faucet. We'll have a birch trap door. We have to crouch for the hopper one. We'll have these all in front of the sink area there. And then then we have to crouch again. Have our bucket of water in the hopper. Let's grab the birch button. That'll be like a bar of soap. Actually, we'll have it right there. And I actually forgot to grab a flower pot. Let me go ahead and get that. We'll place one right around there. Should be good. Okay, we're gonna have a shower here. So we'll carve out 3 by 3 blocks. So a square like that. We'll grab our quartz slabs and quartz stairs. We'll start with the stairs and we'll place them here on the outside. A little L shape. And then here, we'll carve out 1 block deep. And then we'll replace the bottom here, like these dirt blocks. Just these 2 with full blocks of quartz. Same with the bottom one. And then all of these other blocks, you know what, we'll go ahead and replace all of them. And then we'll have slabs. And then here, we're going to grab an iron trap door. And first, before we do that, let's go ahead and do the walls, the tile on the shower. So, I'll go up right here, and we'll just delete blocks going all the way up. We'll do that here as well. So we're lined up with the little stairs that we have here. That's just like a step down. And then we'll do the other 2 rows. Okay, now let's grab our pillar quartz blocks and we're just going to have a crisscross pattern. I'm going to have just a sideways block like that, and then one facing up, and then sideways and up, and sideways, just back and forth, so it's just a little crisscross pattern. And then everywhere we have a sideways one, we want to place an upward one, so like that, so they're opposite of each other. This upward one, we're going to have a sideways one. We just want to keep doing that until it's all filled in. So there we go. We'll do it for this part as well. You can see right here, these ones are both at the same side, so they're both sideways. We want to make sure this one's an upward one, so they're opposite from each other. Now, we have the layer of chiseled quartz. We also have to replace that. And I'm actually going to put full blocks of quartz down here. Now, we could go ahead and do the iron door. And it'll be, let's see, yeah, I guess right there is fine. Let's go ahead and carve out 4 blocks here. We'll have quartz slabs, so that's like a little shelf where you could place like your bar of soap and stuff. Let's go ahead and grab our white stained glass panes, and we'll do the shower door. We'll just bring it up 4 like that, that'll be good. We'll go up on this next layer, do the same thing. We'll do it one more time here. And then we'll have 1 row there. We'll just leave this open. And then one final thing. I want to go ahead and grab a lever and the item frame. So we'll place a lever right around there pointing down, and then an item frame so it looks like the shower head. If you are on bedrock, don't worry about the item frame. Is that a little too... No, that's good. I like that. Looked a little bit too tall, but that should be fine. Okay. Now I'm going to have the toilet right here. So a full block of quartz, a quartz slab on top of that, an upside down quartz stair in front of the full block of quartz, and then a weighted pressure plate on top of the stair and a stone button on the side of that full block. And now, one more thing right here. Let's go ahead and have a painting. Let's grab another banner. We'll have it right there for the towel for that shower. And I think that is... Here, let's grab this skeleton skull. We'll place it right there. And now... Oh yeah. One more thing. Let's carve out a hole here. Replace it with sea lanterns. And then we'll grab our carpet. Okay guys, I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that here for part 9. If this did help you, be sure to please leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in part 10.